My name is Ramesh. I work as the delivery head for the Nordics Business Unit of LTI. It's one of the 7 strategic business units of the organization. The relationship has been with us for about 15 years. We've been working with one of the leading Nordic payment provider. And last year they did an RFP to sort of integrate all of the suppliers into one common supplier. And for the RFP, we went along with CAST. We gave them a solution that we could actually use CAST to not only baseline but also onboard the resources as we start transitioning them. So that was the case how we presented or brought CAST into the engagement. And today what we do is we do multiple work for them. We are helping them modernize some of their old legacy applications that came with a lot of acquisitions they have done in the past 15 years. They never integrated them, so they want to kind of modernize many of these applications. So we use that, we use CAST. Usually the CAST highlights and the CAST imaging is what we use there. One of the things we love about the CAST platform is the imaging. It gives you a complete view of all the layers of the application that exist today, right from the the bottommost layer in terms of systems or application down to the databases to the to the hardware, the systems. So what we have found is that imaging helps us to identify how these applications, the legacy applications, are laid out today, the intricacies in terms of how their interdependence work with multiple frameworks that are being used in these applications, and helps us to then identify what's the to-be architecture. So a lot of our architecture, the teams work with the output from the imaging software and use that to determine what is the to-be architecture. And in a way, what we have also realized is that there's a lot of duplicacy between these platforms, given that they have acquired companies over a period of time. There's applications doing the same thing. And one of the things that we also realized is that we could do away with one of them and just have one application standardized across all the countries where they operate today. So that's another thing that we have been able to identify by using the outputs of imaging. Not necessarily on this client, because they're on the financial services, especially with PCI compliance. They believe cloud is not there for them yet, ready for them. But there is another customer that we are working with, who's actually a Swedish auto manufacturer, where they started a journey 3 years ago on completely moving all of their infrastructure and applications to cloud. And one of the places where we have now started using CAST is on getting the cloud readiness of all of their applications. There's a lot of applications on dealer management, CRM, sales systems, and we use CAST across these systems to figure out how much are they ready for moving into cloud. And part of the user stories that we have as part of some of our existing sprints, we are putting in some user stories around technical enhancements and cloud adjustment or cloud migrations. So some of these applications are getting retrofitted as we speak today to become cloud ready. And these are based on the recommendations that has come out of the CAST.